Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Staying Awake. I wanted to introduce the latest member. I know he's starting a little late in the game, and he's having trouble staying awake. And his oxygen is actually not in his nose, but on top of his nose. But he really is sweet. Anyway, I wanted to discuss the phone call that we had on Sunday. I'm sorry that a good handful of you couldn't make it, but it seems like the three of us, it was just perfect. So for those of you that weren't in attendance, please listen to it. I want you to get every morsel of this program. And there was so much wisdom in the call from all three of us. They were really supportive in helping me in some places that I was experiencing lack. And the three of us supported each other in our own areas as well. So please take a moment to listen to that. So one of the main topics that came out of it was the theme of living an undomesticated life. So I want to talk about what that looks like. So I can only speak to my own experience of living an undomesticated life, or in my case, living a very domesticated life. There's a way where I feel like I only show up to the game with, I guess you can say my A game, the one that is very constrained, or I've mentioned this before, where every curl is curled just so. And I've thought about what I was going to say before I say it, and I'm making sure that I don't hurt anybody's feelings. That's my way of showing up in a really domesticated way. So what would it be like to show up in a really undomesticated way? So I've thought a ton about this in my life, and a handful of things would look different. One, I would bring all of my emotions to the table: laughter, tears. He's bringing it. All of it. I feel like I show up with whatever it is, oftentimes, that the person on the other end is able to digest. And so undomesticated for me would be like laughter until I pee my pants, or crying, or dancing in a room full of women and not caring what anybody else thought. I would have been in a different career a lot sooner. I would stay out later to the end of a concert because it didn't matter when I got up in the morning, or not that it didn't matter, but I didn't care how tired I was going to be. I would bring more intimacy into my relationship and not be afraid to show anger. There's so many things, and so I'm wondering, what is it for you? What would your life look like? That's the question I want you to answer. What would your life look like if you lived in the most undomesticated way? How would you look? What would your career be? How would you be feeling? How might you be perceived? Would your partnership be different? Would you be in partnership? So just a couple of things to ponder. This is a little thing for me, but it was a big thing for me. So in new motherhood, there is so much to organize. It's so crazy. It's like boob, diapers, baby should be it. But there's so many other things that come into play. And I feel like with Alex, everything caused me stresses and anxiety. And I feel like with this guy, I'm taking it moment to moment, truly for the first time in my life. Because if I thought about everything all at once, I'd be really overwhelmed. And so each day, I've just been looking at what's right in front of me, the step right in front of me. And I feel solid for the first time. Actually, I can't say the first time in a really long time, but being as challenged as I am right now, I feel really solid and stable. And I feel like there's an undomesticated quality to that, because although I got up and I cleaned my house this morning and made sure everybody was bathed and clothed and fed, except for myself, I haven't eaten yet. I haven't worried about stuff. I just realized it's all going to happen. So there's an undomesticated quality about that for me. So take a minute, create a video. Yep, create a video, every single one of you. Describe to me what your life would look like if you lived in an undomesticated way. And then start thinking about that for the week. You know, what are some things that I can put into place to really start living an authentic life, and one that feels more graceful in my body? So there you have it. Oh gosh, now if you look in the fold of his neck, you will find some cheese. For those of you that are not moms, cheese is curdled milk that gets stuck in the wrinkles. We learned that the hard way the first time. All right, you guys, so appreciative of you. Bye.